So for part number 2 of part number 32, we're going to start by making a 3x1 stitch by adding a new string at the center, and while we're going to do a stitch, we're going to also change the positions of the wires, one for each gap that we'll have. So let's first make a 2x1 stitch. So okay, let's say that we don't know where to put the wires. So let's, for example, take the maroon like we did over here. So of course over under as normal. Make sure the string is straight. Okay, so let's weave now the two purples over here. Let's make first all the wires will be at the center, and then we're going to change them as we planned. So before adding the new string, I would like to change this here, this wire in between this maroon and this maroon. So something to go like that. We'll come here and you'll see we just changed position of a string here. Instead, from here to here, we're going to do it in between these two wires like that. Okay, so make sure the wire is here in between these two maroons, this maroon and this maroon, this and this. So it closes here, closing, and we'll do the same thing with this string. I'm gonna move it around like that. So these two will be the center. Okay, as you can see, this string here, this string here, you'll see the wires in between these two. And we adding the new string. So the string it will be at the center. So it will go from here, something like that. Finding the center of a string. Make sure that the middle wire will be at the center. So make sure that the new string is added as we planned at the center, and also, of course, the wire needs to go at the center. So 1 second, let's show you it much. I'll try to show it more clear like that. So this guy is here. Need to put in between these two loops. So that's why I hate when I don't have any string here. This needs to be not here, but okay. I'll show you now what I'm planning. So just, you can see, added the loop. I needed to put this string in between these two loops. It's kind of hard when you want to film a video with it, but usually it goes very, it's really clear. Like just adding these two, the new string, this and this is a new string, of course. Just adding it, in between these two loops, and make sure the wire is now at the center of a stitch. So 3 here and 3 here. And if you want, you can bend the 2 wires here. So we'll have here a little more space here in between to be much easier for us to weave. If not, it'll be a little bit not professional, unprofessional thingy stuff like that. Make sure the string is straight, of course. You want it like that as much as you can, and then you'll continue. Okay, so let's continue. I'm going to make another 2 stitches of 3x2. Make sure 1x3. Make sure that the wires are at the same spaces as right now. make now a second one. Third, actually, if you count the first. And so we've done 3 stitches. Let's check here how many I've done. So I've done 1, 2, 3, and then I added a string. So that's what I'll do right now. So I'm going to add now, making another stitch, a 4 by 1 stitch, adding a new string. Mine will be maroon. The string is the same length as the one before. I've got 80 centimeters, so around 3 feet. And we'll add it at the center of a stitch, of course, because of symmetrical thingy. I don't think I need to explain why. And again, make sure that the strings are at the center. So we add a new string at the center, as I said before. And its weave. Next, I'm going to make another stitch, a 4x1 stitch, and meanwhile going to add also a new string, a 80 centimeters, 2.5, between 2.5 and 3 feet long string, and I'm going to add it in between this here, between here and here. So not planning to make a 5x1 stitch, so just for you to know. And yeah, I'm just starting it right now, and you'll see it's not that difficult. And we're going to add the wire string. We're going to add it in between this loop like that, going straight up to here. So you can pause now if you want, check what I've done right now, and simply find the center of a string. And that will be it. So you can see that will be for our box stitch. We're going to make that will wrap this wire here. So you'll have here a box stitch made of this string, this one, and this one. So you'll see later on. It's not that important right now. We'll see. We're going to see in a few minutes what I'm talking about. And we're just pulling the string, as you can see right now. And yeah, let's continue by making another stitch. I think that will be the final 4x1 stitch, I think, if I'm correct. Also make sure that the wires are in place like that. So I'm going now to make the fingers, 3 fingers. I'm going to start with this one. So we're going to make a box stitch with this string, this maroon string over here. So this one, this one, and this one. Okay, so this, and these two. So let's start, as you can see, with the obvious strings. So these 3, this one, and this one are the obvious because we're going to just go straight. So, for example, this will come here. This is gonna come here. This will be in the right side of the wire because he was at the right side. And what's left is this one. So this will be at the left side of a stitch here, because that's the only possible place you can go. And we pull the strings, and after that I'll make another 5 stitches, 5 box stitches, cut the wire, make another 2 stitches, and make an end stitch. So totally we'll have 8 box stitches plus an end stitch. So we've done first stitch. Let's make our second. So making the third stitch, finishing the third, and making a fourth stitch, right now, making fourth stitch, so we've done 1, 2, 3, 4, so making another 2 stitches, and then we'll cut the wire. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, another one. And uh, 6. Yep, let's cut the wire. So we want to straighten it first and cut it. Bye bye wire. And we need to bend it in order to break it. Something like that. Okay, so next we're going to continue by making another 2 box stitches. So let's do them. So that's the first, and now a second. And for dinner, we'll make our end stitch. So that'll be our last stitch right now for the first thing. Yeah, and we finished our first So let's cut to our strings and continue with a second. So second will be the center, the ones in the maroons here, but let's check how many stitches I made. Did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and then an end stitch. So 11 stitches and then an end stitch. So we're going to make 11, it's I think 9 stitches first, and then cut the wire, and then make another 2 stitches and make the end stitch. So how we do it is naturally. So this string will be the same place here. This string is also going to be is same spot relative to the wire here. So 2 strings like that, and then this will must go over under, so it must going to come here on the left side of the wire. Oops, excuse me for that. So you have your string here from here to here on the left side, and the other one will be on the right side, over under again, and that's it. And you have here your box stitch surrounded around the wire. So you make your boxy stitchy, and you're done with by making another 8 of those. So this is the first. Now we're going to make a second. So let's do it. So second, now third. So finishing third stitch. Finishing third and making a fourth. So fourth, and finishing fourth. And what comes after 4 comes 5. The number 5. So now a 5th stitch, so we're done. I think 1, 2, 4, 5. Now number 6. Bahshisha. And number 7. And I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, another 2 of those box stitches. So let's make them and not waste our time by making the 8th stitch. And let us enjoy the moment that we are waiting for. Cutting the wire. So stitch number 9 right now. Right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Another 1 guy to come through, and we can right after that make say our farewell to our wire. So bye bye wire. So first I want to straight it so it's not going to be bent at the edge. So it's going to be straight like that. Nice and steady. And we want to cut the little guy. Stick figure. And I think I got a deep scratch on it, so now I can bend it like that and it will break like I want. And what next? Next is making another 2 stitches. I know I sound a little bit annoying, but just getting pretty bored here. You know what I mean, I think. But sometimes you have to do a dark stuff as well. Dark matter as well. I don't know. Okay. So this got us little us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Just making sure again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So another 1 little boxy. And then we'll make our endy stitchy and stitch. Yeah, so making the end stitch and say goodbye to the second toenail, I think. Finger, I think it's better, proper name for these box stitches. So making the end stitch right now. Again, nothing special if you know how to make an end stitch. So I'm getting here a little bit confused a little bit, but I just, you make your end stitch, make sure the string are at the center, and you know how to put them for here. The last one will be in between these two. And that's a big deal here. This is one of the beautiful stitches I like that boondoggleman explained extremely well, in my opinion. So you have your second end stitch, and you be my guest and you can cut your strings. Hooray, bye bye. Okay, so we done 2 of those things here, these 2, and as you think, as what I'm exactly going to do right now is to make a third. Pretty obvious. So let's get into it. So like a first, this string, I'm going to start with these 2 strings, this one and this one, this and so again, this one and this one. So I'm going to first make sure that I'm going to weave in straight, so one will be down here, the down string here relative to the wire will be again here, and this side is here, so I'm going to keep it at the same side as before. So you have here our 2 sides, and you want to have this one. You can see that this one is on the left side here. You can see it's not here, it's not on this side, it's on the left side. So again, it's going to keep on the left side, and I'm going to go over under like we always do. And the last one will be obvious. This one must going will go over here. Oops, over here on this side here, over and under again. Make sure it's over and under. And there you have it, your first stitch and the whole thing again. So let's get faster right now. So We're going to make another 5. So this was the first, now the second stitch. So in total of 6 stitches. So that's the first, and we're going to continue by the second. The third. This is the third, actually. Excuse me. Excuse me. Third is finishing, and as you probably guessed, now will come the fourth. Let us enjoy our fourth stitch. So, fourth stitch is coming here. This will come here. So we've done 4. And I'm going to make another 2. Excuse me, small mistake here. This should come here. And yeah, let's make the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 our last one for right now. So 6 stitches and then another 2. So it says for now, and we're going now to cut the wire. Okay, so let's cut the wire. So our last wire to cut. So let's not. So let's make sure that everything works perfectly. So I'm going to bend it and break it. And as you might guess again, so we've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So as you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 stitches. And yeah, another 2, and making the end stitch. So our last 2 for this video, actually. So making now the second stitch. And then we're gonna make the endy stitch and stitch. So yeah, let's make the end stitch right now. That will be finally, after 1 trillion years, we will finish 90% of our dragon. So next time we're going to focus on the tail. Something went pretty wrong, so let's try to undo it and figure out what's the cause of it. So yeah, so the string needs to come from here to here between these two loops. Again, the end stitches, please, I said it many times, just go to the website boondoggleman.com and check how to make the end stitch. This is not a tutorial of how to make an end stitch. Okay, so please, I can't explain every millisecond of the video. It's just not going to work like that. And I hope that you understand why, because it takes like 2 hours to make a video, and if I explain every millisecond, it will take like 5 hours, and then it's just ridiculous. Anyway, but yeah, if one day you want, if somebody asks me, I might make a video of an end stitch, but I don't think I'll manage to explain how to do it really. So if you don't understand to make end stitches, or either you don't like how to make end stitches, just don't do them. That's really the point here I'm trying to explain. And yeah, I want to cut the strings as well, meanwhile. And let us find what's the good proportion of strings. Let's find how long the strings will be. So from here, around from here to here. So let's stick to the point here. So this will be around, again, let's try to be exact. And our last strings. And there you have it. So, yeah, that's it for this video, actually. So let's try to zoom in here, just to give you the look of how it's going to look like at yours. And yeah, we're going to bend it a little bit here, just to make it it will stand. And yeah, that's actually it for this part. So you can see we have here both legs. Let's try to zoom in here just to make sure that you can see what I'm showing you. And yeah, so everything, as you can see, is recorded, and I think the only thing that you may not want to watch is how I made the end stitches again. So the end stitches is my 5th time explaining it. This video is basically try to watch boondoggleman website about the end stitches. It's clearly as possible. And if not, you can ask me maybe to make a video about it, but you can see I'm pretty busy on making projects, so I don't know. We'll see. Of course, I might decide to make a video even with pictures and good content of making end stitches, but time will say on its own, so it's just not going to speak about it. And yeah, so thank you very much for watching for this video, and next time we're going to make the tail. So as you can see, we have here 2 legs. I'm actually, you can't hear from my voice, but I'm actually quite excited right now. But yeah, so next time, the tail.